90-day fiance, folks. I am not even going to waste time. Let's just dive into this calamitous of...
I have an idea. Okay. You could say your favorite me making out with someone's story.
Oh god.
R.I.P. I'm gonna miss her stories. Like, when Katie's locked out, I feel she might be less fun. Oh.
What? You are the company you keep. That's all I need to say for these two first clips you just saw there.
I feel like having sex with just Josh for the rest of my life is boring. And I have to leave the whole life. Can you guys imagine kissing someone, only the same person forever and ever and ever and ever and ever?
Yes, they call that being in love. No. They call that commitment. No. What do they call that? Loyalty. No. What do they call that? Oh yeah. Katie's a fool. That's what they call that. What is this?
I don't want the door to be completely closed. Like, oh, once I say I do, this is the only person for the rest of my life that I get to make out with.
Okay.
Being an open thing in the future, but I don't know. I'm thinking I might want an open relationship because I'm not really good at monogamy so far. And
I am not really good at monogamy so far. This woman truly is just... She's beyond the definition of moving mad. She's so far removed from being reality ready that any word that I can say to you folks right now just won't feel like it's the right word. So I'm going to give you a word that I feel like could be the only word. Each time Katie says something, I'm just going to say, yeah, that's just Katie. It's the only way it can be explained. In a simple way without overcomplicating it.
Instead of messing up and apologizing, I think maybe we could just have things be open. And
Do you think you would be okay with him being on the open side too, or would you only be interested in that for yourself?
I think I would get jealous, but like...
That's just Katie.
I like the idea of not having like a super closed mind. If Josh says that he truly doesn't want to like have any open thing ever again, I don't know how I'll feel. I think that will not be good.
If Josh like
That's just Katie.
wasn't super open to it, do you think you could be able to like stick with not having that as an option?
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it again, so let me know in the comment section what phrase would I say in response to this right here. Let me know. Just say it for me, folks, in the comment section. That's just... Now I ain't going to waste no more time on this one. Rinse and repeat. Same BS with this alleged adult. Let's dive into the next one. This one here.
If you don't want a baby, I will cut this relationship.
A child.
When you're in a position in your life and you have to drop in a ultimatum of some type in your relationship, that tells you a lot about the healthy status of your relationship. Now, does it mean your relationship should come to an end? No, not necessarily. That is very subjective. But what it does mean is that there's something that you really need to think long and hard about before proceeding to actually marry this person. Because really and truly, so many people get married without really figuring out the key things that they need to figure out. And if you know that having a child is something that is very key to you, something that you will never give up, then why would you be with somebody that is giving you a maybe? And to make it worse, if somebody gives you a maybe, even if they eventually say yes, how do you know they're not going to regret then having a child with you? Because if anything, them deciding to have a child in the end is going to be more because of you rather than it is because it's going to be for them, which means they're going to be like, well, I've had the child now you look after it. The amount of people that have kids with people for the wrong reasons is just nothing but a calamity of stupidity.
Is a huge commitment. And I'm not going to have a baby just to make you shut up.
And I respect it. And I hope that she stays to this. I want to hear one of these two say. To be fair, what she says is more respectful than what he says. Because she say, well, I'm not going to have a child just for the sake of it. So that means if she does decide to have a child, it's more likely to be for the right reasons. But at the same time though, when your mind is clouded by love, you won't know if you're really making that decision for the right reasons. You won't know until you've actually had the child, you've given birth to the child, and you finally hold your baby boy or girl for the first time in your arms. And you're like, I freaking love you, man. I'm going to look after you. You are going to be the heart and soul of the rest of my life. But then there's some people that the baby comes and they go, why does your head look like a raisin? What sort of wrinkles on top of your head? Why are you crying? Like, and then all of a sudden they end up treating that child for the rest of his life by always judging how they look. Why you look like that? Why you smell like that? Do you see what I'm saying? So really and truly, how will Mallory know if she's going to want to have a child with Rashid in the future for the right reasons? And that is the biggest gamble. But the best thing that she could do for herself is to make sure that she decides that she's going to have a child, that she is going to be 100% committed to being a mother. Most importantly, being committed to being a single mother. I say this because I always say to every single woman that I know, with the day that you decide that you're going to have a child with your partner, put yourself in the mindset of being a single mother. Not because the person you're with is going to leave you, but because when it comes to the responsibility of looking after the baby, 9.5 times out of 10, the mother is going to be looking after the baby more than the man around, especially around the early years. Why? Different reasons, but one of the most popular reasons is because of maternity leave or paternity leave, whichever it is. When of course, you know, you're with the baby, dad is at home, the dad is off working. So therefore, you have to be in that mindset. So she can put herself in that mindset and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready to be a single mother with the support of Daddy-O. Fair enough. But even again, they can still be a gamble.
Him have no empathy towards, you know, my past. It really makes me question, maybe I should be the one to be like,
When she first said, I can't believe he has no empathy to my past, I was like, rah, why are you moving mad for? Like, what do you mean? Why should he have empathy to you? Like, he's just letting you know that he wants a child no matter what. But then I thought about it a bit more and I was like, okay, I get it now. All she's saying is that she's expressed to him why she doesn't want to have a child, or why she's at least unsure about having a child. And instead of him responding in a way where he's trying to understand her reasons and trying to basically reassure her that everything's going to be okay if we have a child, instead of doing that, he comes back and he says, we have a child or I cut this relationship. So therefore I can fully understand now what she means. And to be fair, I get it. It does make sense. It does make sense. And end of the day, why would you want to proceed to have a child with somebody if they can't give you a form of comfort? Because that's what we need. We need comfort from our partner when we have doubts. If we can't get comfort and reassurance from our partner when we have doubts, then why the hell are we choosing to be with that person? So I understand it now. And maybe if he comforted her, maybe she'd have been like, you know what? Because I know you understand my past and you understand the reasons that I had, this makes me more comfortable with the idea of actually, you know what? Me having a child with you, yeah, this would, I'm confident that I would actually be a good mother. Remember, she said that her issue was that because of how her mother wasn't the best of mothers, she was worried that she would be the same. But having a partner that can give her that comfort zone, I understand it. So to be fair, Rashid has definitely not played his cards right.
listen, we can stop right here, buddy. Bye. I need some more time to think about it. I need some time. I know we don't have time. I can't right now. I am not ready.
And the matter of the fact she says I need more time to think about it, again, it goes back to what I was saying before. The only reason why she feels like she needs more time to think about it is because he did not give her any kind of reassurance or any kind of comfort. He didn't even say, you know what, I understand that with your mother, things went down the way they did. And I understand that it's giving you now this reflection of life where it gives you worries. But I didn't fall in love with you because I see this bad person that you speak of your mother. I don't see that in you. I'm with you because of because of the good qualities that you bring. And these same qualities that you bring that made me want to be with you and made me want to leave my country and made me want to marry you, these are the same qualities that tells me that you and I as parents are going to be great. Yes, we're going to have challenges, but we're going to be great because your traits with my traits, we're going to make this balance work. But none of that came out of his mouth. All it was, okay, well, no, baby, then I cut the relationship. And to be fair, even if she wanted to have children, just the way he conducts himself sometimes is still enough for somebody to be like, you know what, I don't know if I can have a family with you and I don't know if I can marry you because you don't seem to really be able to try and comfort me. And to be fair, let's go back to the whole prenup conversation. The prenup conversation now is making even more sense to me. If anything, yes, we know why she wants a prenup, but even in the conversation when she mentioned the prenup, there was never a point where he tried to necessarily give her this reassurance or anything to say that, listen, I understand that you want a prenup for your reasons, but I'm letting you know that where I'm from, we don't, obviously I don't believe in prenups because I'm not here to marry you to run. I'm here because of my culture. This is what I do. I'm here because I want to be with you, okay, and that's it. But if you feel like having a prenup is something that's going to make you more comfortable, because I have no doubt for my love and for the way our relationship is going to go to, then I will happily sign the prenup. But I'm just letting you know that I don't fear the future. I don't have this concerns. But I understand that your walk in life, your path in life has given you concerns. But I'm good. Now, if he had said something along those lines, folks, similar to the same situation with the kid, you never know. She may have said, you know what, you've reassured me. You've given me all the whole, any doubt or any kind of concerns or whatever you've done. So you know what? Don't worry about prenup. We're good. And the same thing with the child. But Rashid does not have those qualities of being able to be there to give assurance. He's so mono. He's so, well, no. If I don't get this, then this happens. And that's always going to be a problem for this man in their relationship and probably any other relationship he's going to have with a woman that is not from Turkey. Because maybe a Turkish woman is going to expect this type of attitude. But a woman from other places around the world, not necessarily. So to be fair with you, the fact that she has to go off and think about it is her more saying, well, I didn't get the response I was looking for, at least from you. So now I got to think long and hard if me and you are actually worth working. Which I hope is what I hope she's really going to be thinking about. But nonetheless, though, we're now going to get into
To be subjected to somebody who's not 100% that they want to be married.
Effort and just move forward.
He is so confident that the love that we have is so strong that nothing is going to break us down. And we're in a situation right now where I'm not sure if love is enough.
You know, it is quite wild though how Edward is just more than happy to still keep going, regardless of the fact that she had displayed so many doubts in their relationship that he should have been questioning their marriage before. The fact that Marissa has to go to him and say that I don't know if we should still proceed is wild, given the fact that she's the one that's been treating him how she's been treating him.
I'm giving you an honest answer, and the honest answer is I am not ready to give you 100% commitment that when, the
I don't know what that means.
It means that I'm not ready to give you an answer, and I still need
If you don't give me an answer, yes or no, to be honest with you, I don't feel 100% that I can continue like this.
That's the response that we're looking for. That is the response that we are looking for. Okay, now you're sounding like you're reality ready. But are you though? Let's get into it.
My phone and saw that we had a phone conversation. And then he decided to tell me that he really didn't go through my phone. He just wanted me to admit that I had a phone call with this person.
Then he decided to start moving mad. Oh, dear Lord. So Marissa's still close to it with this male friend that she dated. And, he's now obviously starting to think, oh, maybe she wants to be with him or blah, blah, blah.
that I'm not moving forward because I have a friend that happens to be an ex. Do you think that that's one of the reasons why I'm not moving forward? Is that
Honestly, yes.
Now listen, in many, many situations, I can fully understand how he can feel like maybe she's being this way because of a previous person. I can fully understand it. But none of the signs have actually shown it's because of a previous person. None of those signs have shown that. I feel like Edward is one of these people that something can be happening in front of his eyes, but if he doesn't want to see it, he doesn't want to see it. That is the issue with Edward.
understand why she'd be like so mean, questioning that relationship. The only thing that I was thinking is like, bro, she talked to somebody else.
I believe now that you have something inside of you that's manipulative.
I mean, maybe she's reaching it, but I can understand what she's saying. End of the day, she's pointing out that clearly that once you get in your feelings, you're going to do things that aren't exactly, honest. And to be fair, what he did wasn't honest. Pretty much pretending as if he'd been for a phone just to see if she would admit to somebody else. But here's the thing, though. If you got doubts that your partner... If you got concerns that your partner may be having an affair or maybe speaking to somebody else in a way they shouldn't be, blah, 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 well then, really and truly, the best thing is to just go up to your partner and ask them flat out, what is the deal? Not to be sneaky about it. Because when you're sneaky about it, it just makes you just as bad as them. It may not make it worse if they are truly doing some madness, but it just makes you just as bad. And also, it exposes how much your relationship lacks confidence in conversations. The fact that you don't have a confidence to ask your partner something is wild. Which therefore reveals that person isn't even your partner.
You can say it. It doesn't matter if you say it.
Like,
you tell me that's how I feel.
I don't want to continue to move forward with someone that don't feel 100%.
Ultimatum is in play. So close to the wedding is a big red flag.
Yep. She said it herself. It's a big red flag. So, Marissa keeps saying that she's this intellectual, mature person. Oh my days. Okay, so then as a mature, intellectual person, then you should know to walk away from this relationship, especially given the fact that you've already had a marriage before anyway. You should know to skedaddle. But instead of doing that, you're going to stay in this relationship because you want to continue to keep moving mad by asking him questions after questions after questions, which aren't getting you to anywhere. So much to the point he ended up being sneaky instead. Marissa also has to understand that she is the reason why this unsafe space has now been created. As much as Edward is moving mad, Marissa is the one that has created this space where he feels the need to be sneaky, which then puts her in a position to then have the audacity to then say, well, he's being manipulative. And now, don't get me wrong, him being manipulative is still on him. But you create the scenario when you could have just been more mature about it. Now let's move on to the last one.
For me, it's like the impossible.
Why is it impossible?
You're not established, Maxwell. I look at
Being
you.
very disrespectful and he's making assumptions and stereotyping me. That doesn't make him smart. I don't think he's a smart guy.
Right now, at his age, she shouldn't be marrying potential.
You don't have to worry. I'm confident. I'm giving you my word.
Is that all you have?
I'm gonna call this for what it is, 100%. Some folks may not like this. Specifically, some Black American folks may not like this. This Rob dude is flat out. Is this something that some people may not know? If you're not about the black community, you may not know this, right? And I was having this conversation literally yesterday. There is this thing in America that when you are an African that goes to America, there is this thing that Africans treat Black Americans in a very specific way. But then there's also the reverse. The question that I have is that he's upset with the fact that Maxwell is not an established businessman. And he thinks that if he comes to America, he's then going to have to restart and try and find a job. So therefore, Ashia's with him based on a potential. The question that I have is that if Maxwell had been a Black American working the same sales job that he was working, but may not have been where he needs to be financially, but he's still working the job, would he be giving him the same stereotypical type of freaking attitude? I don't think so. If he had been a Black American, he wouldn't be giving him this hard time. He'd be like, listen, brother, I'm going to help you. Listen, you're a good man. I like the way you make her happy. You know what? Do you? But you see, because he's an African man, and you can argue and say maybe it's because specifically he's a Nigerian man. You never know whether it would have been any African man or is it because he's Nigerian. Who knows? But either way, because he's an African man who doesn't have a certain number to his bank account, which is ridiculous because you cannot compare the economies and how much you get paid in two completely different countries, for starters. He wants to give Maxwell a hard time by saying that, well, you're not a potential that I think is worth having. You know what, though? You see the smirk on his face. You see this face. You see this look on his face. It's offending me. I don't like this look. The look of judgment. The look of I look below. I'm looking down on you because you're African. Maybe if it had been American, I wouldn't give you this look. More of the stories before I go out of proportion and start to rant in a whole different area of life, because I can get like that clearly. I'm going to keep this very, very simple and shut it down, okay? Rob is somebody that is completely moving mad, has no idea what he's talking about. He's far from being reality ready in any shape or form. He is somebody that is stereotypically profiling Maxwell purely because of the country that he's from, the continent that he's from. He's not even trying to give him a chance because of this. And this is something that has been an ongoing thing within the black community itself in particular, worldwide, but I hear a lot about it. But I hear about how bad it is in America compared to it is in the UK. It's not as bad in the UK as it is in America, and it's absolutely disgusting. The matter of fact is this: so far, Maxwell has done nothing in any shape or form to indicate that he's using Ashia. Well, apart from maybe the visa thing at the very first episode that looked very, very suspect. You know what I mean? When you got denied. Apart from that one, yes. But this guy has come in. He hasn't bothered to actually get to know Maxwell for Maxwell. All he's done is question Maxwell after questions, after questions, after questions. And not only is he questioned after that, he's also then at the same time even ignored anything positive that Ashia has even said about Maxwell as well. And the matter of the fact is, let's call it what it is. Ashia is a piece of work. He should be happy that there's a man out there that actually wants to tolerate Ashia. But I'm going to leave it there. There's so much more I could say. But hey, if you like what I got to say, then I like it. If you don't like what I got to say, then it is okay. It is what it is. We're all entitled to our own opinions. Don't forget, have a great freaking day. Peace.